Good morning to all. Today our topic is on thermostatic expansion valve. We know already what is thermo expansion valve. The expansion valve is regulates and controls the rate of liquid refrigerant from condenser to evaporators. This on the last class we discussed about already capillary tube and automatic expansion valve. In this class I start with thermostatic expansion valve. This thermostatic expansion valve it's regulate and the rate of liquid refrigerant in exact proportions to the evaporator compared with the capillary tube and automatic expansion valve. So this thermostatic expansion valve it is incorporated with the filler bulb. The filler bulb is having some liquid. That liquid is refrigerant similar to the refrigerant. Whatever the refrigerant is filled in the refrigerator, the same liquid is filled in the filler bulb. That liquid is called as a power fluid. That liquid is bulb as a power fluid. So this filler bulb is closely contact with the suction line, that is the exit of the evaporator. So the temperature here, this filler bulb observes the temperature of the suction line, the same temperature of the liquid of the power bulb. With that same temperature the pressure is changes, with the temperature the pressure changes, that pressure is effect on the diaphragm. So the exit of the evaporator is, that is the suction line is superheated state. The temperature of the filler bulb is superheated state. The same with that temperature the pressure increases, with that pressure increase effect is on diaphragm. So the superheated condition of the filler bulb pressure is effect on the diaphragm. That's why it is called as a it is also called as a superheat controlled expansion valve. So we will go to and discuss the figure. So here the three parameters, there is PB filler bulb pressure, PS pressure of the spring, P is the evaporator pressure. P is the evaporator pressure. See here PB the pressure on the diaphragm upward filler bulb pressure. PS upward direction, sorry, PB is downward direction, PS is upward direction, that is the spring pressure. P is the evaporator pressure, that is the refrigerant pressure. Refrigerant pressure. In equilibrium position, the pressure of the PB, the bulb pressure is equal to sum of the spring pressure and evaporator pressure. Spring pressure and evaporator pressure. In equilibrium position, the opening position, in this like opening position, the liquid refrigerant enter from this opening and entering into the this evaporator coil through this portion. Here the evaporator, this evaporator, the refrigerant flows and it absorbs the heat from the source, and this liquid refrigerant is converted into the vapor refrigerant. Continuously it absorbs the heat from the source. This liquid refrigerant is converted into vapor and converted into superheated temperature, superheated condition. If it is the outlet of the refrigerant is superheated condition, the same with that superheated condition, the temperature is absorbed by the filler bulb. This filler bulb is temperature with that same temperature, so the pressure increase in the filler bulb. The when that filler bulb pressure PV is then the PV is greater than sum of the PS plus PE. That time what happened? The PV is greater than sum of PS plus PE. The diaphragm moves downward. Diaphragm moves downward. It is open. It will open. So the more refrigerant is goes to the evaporator coil. Evaporator coil. So there is no load here. That time the exit of the evaporator, that is suction line. The evaporator refrigerant is suction side refrigerant is condition is not equal to superheated condition, not equal to superheated condition. Then the temperature is less, the pressure is less. Due to that low pressure, the PV is less than sum of the PS plus PE. That time the diaphragm moves upward. Due to that upward motion, the valve closes, so the refrigerant flow also stops. The refrigerant flow also stops. So this is the working procedure for the uh, thermostatic expansion valve. It is basically working on the temp outlet condition of the evaporator, that is temperature. Suction line temperature condition. Suction line is superheated position. That same temperature is applied to filler bulb. The filler bulb pressure increases. The PV that time PV is greater than sum of the PS plus PE. The valve will open. If it is the outlet of the evaporator, that is suction line temperature is less than the superheated condition, that time the PV is less pressure. The diaphragm moves upward position, that is the PV is less than the sum of the PS plus PE. The diaphragm moves upward, the valve will closes. So that is the working procedure in the thermostatic expansion valve. Next one is solenoid valve. This solenoid valve is actuated by the copper coil. So that is solenoid valve. That's why it says solenoid coil. It is also called as a magnetic coil. Whenever the power is applied to this copper coil, it is magnetized. The power is disconnected to the magnetic coil, that is demagnetized. Demagnetized. So here see the construction. So this is the solenoid coil. Solenoid coil. This is the stem. This is a plunger. This is the refrigerant enter position. This is the exit position. Whenever the valve moves upward direction, the refrigerant is flow from inward to outward. This is the closed position now. Whenever the requirement of the refrigerant in the evaporator, that time the power is applied to the magnetic coil. The power is applied to this copper coil or solenoid coil. That time it is converted to the magnetic coil. That time the stem moves, or this plunger moves upward direction. The valve opens, the refrigerant flow from inward to outward. The refrigerant is filled in the evaporator sufficient. That time the power is cut to the coil. It is demagnetized. When it is demagnetized, the plunger moves downward direction. Plunger moves downward direction. The refrigerant flow is stops. The refrigerant flow is stops. So this opening and closing is based on the supply of the power to the solenoid coil. The supply of the power to the solenoid coil is based on the requirement of the refrigerant in the evaporator. So this is the function working of the solenoid coil. Thank you.